الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله قال الله تعالى يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا قال الله تعالى يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله قولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما ثم ما بعد فإن خير أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الحديث حديث محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار بلغ الرسالة وعد الأمانة وكشف الأمة ونصح الأمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين ثم ما بعد. We start by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who send blessings and salutations to our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his family and his companions and all of his followers until the end of time. Inshallah, with the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we'll discuss today regarding a very important topic, reminding myself, the brothers and sisters present here, and those who are not present here. Inshallah, we'll speak something today that is very scary, very dangerous. And I want all of you to listen carefully. As the Prophet ﷺ said, Ad-Deen al-Nasiha. Ad-Deen is Nasiha. Deen is advice, sincere advice. So inshallah, we'll talk about something that is very, very important and very, very scary for our society, for our situation. As you all know, that the learning education, the gaining knowledge, Islamic knowledge is very, very important. It's obligatory for every Muslim, upon every Muslim. Moreover, it's our duty, it's our responsibility to teach and educate our kids and our children, our next generation in Islamic education. ইনশাআল্লাহ আজকে আমরা একটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ বিষয়ে কথা বলবো। আমি চাই আপনারা সবাই মনোযোগ দিয়ে শুনবেন এবং সবাই ভালো করে খেয়াল করবেন বিষয়টা, এবং আমরা যারা এখানে উপস্থিত আছি তারা অন্যকে জানাই দেবো চেষ্টা করবো ইনশাআল্লাহ। মোহাম্মদ যখন বলছেন দিন হচ্ছে উপদেশের নাম, দিন হচ্ছে নাসিহার নাম, তো আমরা সবাই একজন আরেকজনকে মনে করে দেবো, রিমাইন্ডার। আল্লাহ যেন আমাদেরকে বোঝার প্রত্যেক দান করে। আমাদের ধর্মে, ইসলাম ধর্মে নলেজ অর্জন করা হচ্ছে, জ্ঞান অর্জন করা হচ্ছে ফরজ প্রত্যেক মুসলমানের উপর। তার উপর প্রত্যেক বাবা মার উপর তার বাচ্চাকে, তার ছেলেদেরকে, তার পরবর্তী জেনারেশনকে দিনে শিক্ষিত করা আরো বেশি গুরুত্বপূর্ণ, স্পেশালি ইন আওয়ার সিচুয়েশন, স্পেশালি ইন আওয়ার কালচার, স্পেশালি ইন ওয়ার উই আর ইন রাইট নাও। As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Islam is a religion of knowledge, and the first ayah of the Quran is revealed and that enjoin the reading, which is the key to the knowledge. Allah said in the Quran, اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق الذي خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Quran-এ 5টি আয়াত আছে। সর্বপ্রথম সূরা আলাকের প্রথম পাঁচ আয়াত কি বলছেন? Read in the name of your Lord who has created. পড়ো তোমার প্রভুর নামে যিনি তোমাকে সৃষ্টি করেছেন। তো আল্লাহ সুবহানাহু ওয়া তাআলা কোরআনের প্রথম আয়াত নাযিল করলেন, পড়ো। জ্ঞান অর্জন। আল্লাহ সুবহানাহু ওয়া তাআলা চাচ্ছেন যেন আমরা ব্যাপারটা গুরুত্ব বুঝি। এই জন্য সর্বপ্রথম আয়াত কোরআনের পড়ো, কারণ প্রত্যেক ভালো কাজ করার আগে before you do anything good you have to earn knowledge, you have to have knowledge about it. So knowledge is very, very important for doing any good deeds. Even if you do any kind of worship, you have to have the knowledge about it. And then Allah said, He has created man from a clotted blood. Read, and your Lord is the most generous, who has taught by writing the writing by the pen. And He has taught man that which he knew not. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala জ্ঞানের কথা বলছেন। আল্লাহ মানুষকে কলমের সাহায্যে শিক্ষা দিয়েছেন, মানুষের জানতো না তাকে তো জানিয়েছেন। মানুষ এই 5টি আয়াতে আল্লাহ সুবহানাহু ওয়া তাআলা জ্ঞানের কথা বলতেছেন, জ্ঞান অর্জনের কথা বলতেছেন, পড়ার কথা বলতেছেন, জানার কথা বলতেছেন, শেখার কথা বলতেছেন। In Islam, the knowledge comes before action. There can be no action without knowledge. ইসলামে প্রত্যেক কাজের পূর্বে জ্ঞান আসে। জ্ঞান ছাড়া আপনি কোনো কাজ করতে পারবেন না। If someone wants to pray salah, he has to have the knowledge of salah. He has to know how to pray salah. If someone wants to keep fasting, he has to know how to keep fasting. If someone wants to pay zakat, he has to know how to pay zakat. How much money he has to pay. If he can just go and doing some exercise and call it salah, no, he can't. So to pray salah, you have to have the knowledge of salah. This is very important. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, فَعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ وَاسْتَغْفِرُوا لِذَنْبِ وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ. So know, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that Allah, La ilaha illallah, none has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and ask forgiveness for your sin, and also for the sin of believing man and believing woman. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Rasulullah বলতেছেন, হে মুহাম্মদ, নো, তুমি জানো, তুমি শিখো লা ইলাহা ইল্লাল্লাহ সম্পর্কে, জানো যে আল্লাহ ছাড়া কোনো ইলাহ নেই, তারপর তুমি ক্ষমা প্রার্থনা করো নিজের জন্য, প্রত্যেক মুমিন মুসলিমদের জন্য। ক্ষমা প্রার্থনা করার আগে আমাদেরকে জানতে হবে। যদি রাসূল সাল্লাল্লাহু আলাইহি ওয়াসাল্লামকে জানতে হতো, আমাদেরকে জানতে হবে না? If he, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has to know, then how about us? We all have to know. This is our part on us. Knowledge and fear of Allah may be attained by knowing His signs and creation. The knowledgeable are those who know that. Hence Allah praises by saying, إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاءُ. It is only those who have knowledge among the slaves that fear Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala বলতেছেন, যারা জ্ঞানী তারাই আল্লাহকে ভয় করে বেশি। তো যার জ্ঞান নাই সে আল্লাহকে ভয় করে। He doesn't care about Allah, taqwa. He doesn't have any fear of Allah. Those who know about Allah, he fear Allah the most. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاءُ. আল্লাহর বান্দাদের মধ্যে জ্ঞানীরা আল্লাহকে বেশি ভয় করে। Those who have knowledge, they fear Allah the most. And those who doesn't have knowledge, they don't care about the fearing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That means to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have to have the knowledge about it. Because of the importance of knowledge, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded His messenger to seek more of it. Allah says in the Quran, وَقُلْ رَبِّ زِدْنِي عِلْمًا. And say, my Lord, increase me in knowledge. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala আমাদেরকে শিখিয়ে দিচ্ছেন দোয়া। He's teaching us a dua in the Quran. Rabbi zidni ilma. Wa qul Rabbi zidni ilma. Say, oh Allah, increase me in knowledge. Allah আমার জ্ঞান বাড়িয়ে দেন। Allah আমার জ্ঞান বৃদ্ধি করে দিন। তো জ্ঞান এত ইম্পর্টেন্ট যে আল্লাহ subhanahu wa ta'ala কোরআনে আমাদেরকে দোয়া শিখিয়ে দিচ্ছেন। কিভাবে জ্ঞান বৃদ্ধির জন্য দোয়া চাইতে হবে আল্লাহ subhanahu wa ta'ala। And Allah praises the scholars as He mentioned in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala জ্ঞানীদেরকে প্রশংসা করতেছে। কিভাবে আল্লাহ বলতেছেন, قل هل يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون إنما يتذكر أولو الألباب. Say, are those who know equal to those who not know? Those who do not know? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala বলতেছেন কোরআন, যারা জানে এবং যারা জানে না তারা কি সমান? Never. Allah is distinguishing Himself in the Quran. Those who know and those who doesn't know, they are not the same. They cannot be the same in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is only man of understanding who will remember. Allah বলছেন তারাই শুধুমাত্র বুঝবে যারা জ্ঞানী। The man of understanding will remember Allah. তারাই আল্লাহকে স্মরণ করবে যারা জ্ঞানী লোক, যারা জানবে আল্লাহ ব্যাপারে। If you don't know about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you don't have the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will not remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We will not have zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We will not do the zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when Allah wishes good for a person, He makes him understand the religion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala রাসূল বলতেছে আল্লাহ যাকে পছন্দ করেন তাকে আল্লাহ দ্বীনের জ্ঞান দান করেন। আল্লাহ কাছে পছন্দ করেন কিভাবে আপনি বুঝবেন? আপনার মধ্যে ইবাদতের খুশু আছে, আপনার মধ্যে জ্ঞান আছে, আপনার মধ্যে নলেজ আছে, আপনার মধ্যে আকাঙ্ক্ষা আছে, ইচ্ছা আছে। You have the keen to learn deen. And then Allah will give you the knowledge of deen. You will see the knowledgeable person knows the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In order to preserve the structure of the Muslim family in non-Muslim countries, we need to meet a number of conditions and requirements. Amra, as a Muslim in a non-Muslim country, we have to have a roadmap. আমরা আমাদের বাচ্চাদেরকে কিভাবে বড় করবো, আমাদের নিজেদের কিভাবে আমরা শিক্ষিত করবো। How do we teach ourselves and our children and our next generation? This is very important. There are so many scary stories out there. The kids are leaving Islam right now. Wallahi, the kids are leaving Islam right now. You don't know so many stories. Some of you might know, some of you might not. The kids, when they go to the teenage, they become teenage, they think Islam. They don't like Islam because they don't see the purpose of Islam. They don't see the purpose of this religion. They don't see the beauty of this religion. Whose fault is that? বাচ্চারা অহরহ ইসলাম ছেড়ে দেখতেছে। The kids are fast. They don't have knowledge of deen. বাচ্চা হাফিজ, দিনের জ্ঞান নাই। You think you're sending your kids to madrasa for on a Sunday, sending your kids to masjid for Saturday, Sunday, and that's enough? No, that's not enough. Your kids is learning all the scary stuff in the school for 8 hours a day for 5 days a week. And you think 2 hours in a week is enough to teach them to replace those things? No, it's not. Now, I've heard the people say, you know what, if I put my kids in Islamic school, I'm going to check Islamic school a day, you know, it becomes imbalanced. They can't balance in the society and the religion. Why do you need balance? What kind of balance you need? You don't have balance on the doctor. I don't know what to say. One guy is saying, one person is saying, you know what, if I send my kids to Islamic school in madrasa, he will not care about the 4th of July and, you know, all these days, and then he will be like fool. What are you talking about, brother? What is more important to you? Learning the social culture or learning the religion? And some of us, the parents, they don't understand the importance of the religion. They don't understand that in the next generation, they will not have an imam. They will not have any scholars among them. The kids will not be in the Islam. The kids will not follow Islam. The kids will not follow the deen. Forget about becoming a knowledgeable person, becoming a scholar, becoming an imam. We all come to masjid to pray 5 times a day. How about our kids? Are we teaching them Islam? What do you expect in 20 years later? 20 বছর 10 বছর পরে এই দেশে মসজিদকে, মাদ্রাসাকে, ইসলামিক স্কুলকে কে নেতৃত্ব দিবে? আমরা আল্লাহর কাছে কি জবাব দেব? If we are in this kind of mess, we don't have the right to stay in this country. You don't have the right to stay in this country. This is very scary. We have to preserve the structure of Muslim families in non-Muslim countries. We need to meet a number of conditions, such as within home. We have to do something within the home. What we can do, it is essential for parents to uphold the habit of praying regularly in the masjid with the children. If there is no masjid nearby, then they must pray in jumuah at home. Everybody has to come to masjid for yourself, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for your deen, and for your kids, to teach them. If you don't bring your kids to masjid, how do you know that there is something called, a place called masjid where you go to pray? It's a sad story. We ourselves, we don't even come to masjid. Look at today's congregation, mashallah, it's jumu'ah. Barakallahu. How about the other salah? Is jumu'ah the only obligatory prayer in the week? Go to any masjid. Every masjid is full. 2 jamaah, 3 jamaah, 4 jamaah, every single jamaah, the whole masjid is full. What about the other prayers? Aren't those prayers obligatory? Only salah follows that? Don't our kids need to learn that he has to go to masjid other than Fridays? Now if we are teaching our kids that we have to go to masjid only for Friday, then he would treat Islam as only Friday Islam, a weekly religion. Islam will be a weekly religion. Then people say, yeah, I follow Islam, and I do everything. Following Islam doesn't mean you go to masjid only on Friday for 15-20 minutes, and then you go do your everything else. No. We have to teach our kids, we have to teach our children that Islam, beauty of Islam. We have to take them to masjid. We have to take them to the good places, Islamic places. They have to read Quran and listen to the recitations daily. How many of us in this room recites Quran daily? You don't have to answer to me, answer yourself, brothers. আমরা কতজন প্রতিদিন কোরআন পড়ার চেষ্টা করি? I'm not talking about the translation and tafsir and the understanding of Quran. I'm just asking the recitation. How many of us recite Quran every day? Forget about reciting it to our kids, reciting it to our families. There used to be a time when we used to take our mushaf out in Ramadan. We don't do that anymore. Not even Ramadan. We don't even recite Quran in Ramadan. I know people. আগে তো আমরা রমাদানে কোরআন বের করতাম, আমাদের মুসাফ বের করতে ধুলা, ফু দিয়ে ধুলা সরাইতাম, তারপরে কোরআন পড়তাম। ওই দিনও শেষ, এখন আমরা রমাদানও কোরআন বের করতাম। Our Quran stays in the shelf for years and years and years. People bring Quran to masjid. Brother, it's torn out, it's old. Can it please be in the masjid? Wallahi, people bring Quran to the masjid because it's torn and they don't know what to do with the Quran. They don't want to throw it, they don't want to burn it, so they bring it to masjid. No, that's easy. We bring it to masjid, that's it. Like it is done. That's what we do with the Quran. The families must eat meals together. আমরা আমাদের বাচ্চাদের সাথে, পরিবারের সাথে বসে একসাথে খাওয়া দাওয়া করতে হবে, তাদেরকে শিখাতে হবে কালচার. We need to show them the Islamic culture. We need to teach them Islamic culture. How many of us eat lunch or dinner together? We don't have time. We brothers, we stay outside all day. When we go home, our kids are asleep. When I wake up, our kids are in school. We don't even see them. We don't even have time for our kids. You know who is the father or mother of our kids? The tablets, the iPads. The iPads is the father and mother of our kids. How do you expect them to learn Islam and practice Islam and follow Islam? I'm not talking about what you are, I'm talking about myself too. Allah. They must speak in the language of the Quran as much as they can. We're not, all of us, we are not Arabic. We can't speak Arabic. This is not our native language. But try at least as much as you can. Teach them what is the meaning of Jazakumullahu khairan. Teach them the meaning of Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah. At least whatever you can. Try as much as you can. Wallahi brothers, the Arabic families, the kids in Arabic family are forgetting Arabic language. They can't speak in Arabic, the kids in Arabic family. Our family, they can't speak Arabic in this country. I know the stories. I know brothers. They must uphold the good manners prescribed by the Lord of the worlds for families and the social settings. These include those that are to be founded in Al-Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Quran আমাদেরকে যে শিক্ষা দিয়েছেন ম্যানার, আদব। আমাদেরকে Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala শিক্ষা দিয়েছেন মাহরাম এবং মাহরাম সম্পর্কে। How many of us knows about the mahram and non-mahram? Does all of us know about the mahram? Who is our mahram? Who is our non-mahram? We don't even know. How do we teach our kids? We have to tell them, we have to teach them who is mahram, who is non-mahram. Who you can go in front, who you can't go in front. In Kashmir, or you might think, okay, he's still young. No, he's not still young. That's not the case. You have to teach them now. So that when they grow up, they will have the idea that I can't go in front of this card. They should not let themselves or the children watch immoral and corrupt movies and shows. How can we stop our kids from watching the immoral things while we are busy in watching all those things? How many of us doesn't have the Netflix in our phone? See, that's the situation. That's the situation we're in. We all are busy in watching immoral things. How can we stop our kids? The children have to sleep at home. They should stay at home as much as possible to protect them from the influences of the bad environment. We have to stop the sleepover thing. বাচ্চাদেরকে বাসায় রাখতে হবে. You might think, oh, you want my kids to stay in the old age? Yes. If that's needed to keep your kids in the religion, yes, that is what you're gonna do. বাচ্চাকে কোথায় পাঠাবেন? 4th July fire show দেখতে, fireworks দেখতে? You want to send your kids to watch the fireworks on the 4th of July? Or maybe the Thanksgiving parade? This is not our culture, brothers. What are they going to learn from those things? But watching fireworks, what are they going to learn from these things? We should give them time, we should give them company. On the occasions, we take our kids to far away to watch the fireworks. Wow, that looks nice, beautiful. This is not beneficial at all. Not for our religion. This is a destructive show. What is the point of this? This is a destructive show. Fireworks are the key of it. What are we teaching our kids? They should avoid sending their children to universities far from home where they would have to stay in university accommodation. বাচ্চাদেরকে আমরা দূর ইউনিভার্সিটি পাঠানো বন্ধ করে দিতে হবে. We have to stop this. Or you might think my kids got chance in Cornell University, in Columbia University. No, don't send them. You know why? Because when they come back, you'll see they're in hijab. When they come back for 2 days, they'll go with you in salat, inside. They don't follow these things. We heard a kid, he's a hafiz of Quran. He lead Tarawih. But then he's telling his friends that I don't believe in Islam. Then why do you lead Tarawih? Because my parents want it. He's a hafiz of Quran. And he doesn't believe in Islam. Isn't it scary, brothers? So your girl, when she'll come from far away for 2 days or 3 days, of course she will do hijab because she needs you. She needs your money. We are spoiling your kids with our own money. You are the one who are destroying your kids' future. After May, যখন বড় হবে, সে দূরে থাকতে পারে না. Islam doesn't allow that. No, without mahram, she cannot stay outside. She cannot stay far away. These are the reasons we don't realize. You might think, okay, you know what, I want to make my kids doctors. Yes, everybody in our society, especially in India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, everybody wants their kids to be a doctor. Nothing below the doctor. Every single person wants their kids to be a doctor. Well, if this doctor doesn't follow Islam, then it's a destruction. For you, for your kids, for your family, for your generations. This is not going to help a single bit. Rather, if my kids stay home, pray salat, follow Islam, this is success. Especially in this country. I don't need my kid to be a doctor. কতক্ষণে আমার ছেলে মেয়ে ডাক্তার হবে, ডাক্তার হয়ে ও কাজ করবে, কুকর্ম করবে। I don't need that thing. He will go to Jahannam and he will pull me to Jahannam. Why? Because I accommodated him. I paid for his destruction with my own hard-earned money. We have to be careful to eat only halal food, and parents must avoid using all kinds of haram, unlawful things such as cigarettes, marijuana, and other things that are widely available in non-Muslim countries. We have to feed our kids halal food. That's what we all understand, alhamdulillah. In our families, we eat only halal meat. Some people go above and beyond. No, only zabiha halal. Only if we know someone that may say, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. That's the only thing we do. We don't care about the money, where the money came from. We only need the halal chicken, the slaughtered by Allahu Akbar. That's it. The money, we don't care about that. And the cigarettes, the tobacco, the marijuana, you have to leave all these things. If you smoke cigarette at home, and your kids is going to watch you. You can't hide this thing. The cigarette, you can't hide. If your kids watch you smoking, of course he will learn how to smoke. If not, then at least he will understand that this is something normal. This is not normal, this is haram. Cigarette is haram. All kind of tobacco is haram. Wallahi is haram. You're proving to your kids that haram is okay. You're teaching your kids that haram is okay. আমরা আমাদের বাসায় জর্দা খাই, পান খাই, আল্লাহর কসম জর্দা হারাম। জর্দা, গুল, যত ধরনের যত tobacco product আছে সবগুলো হারাম। Now if I consume those things, I'm teaching my kids that this is okay. That's halal. That's okay to eat haram. It's okay to consume haram. So I have to stop. We have to stop these things. For ourselves, for our health, for our kids, for Islam, and for our upcoming generation. If we can't avoid tobacco products for ourselves, that means you care much about your kids. You don't care about your kids then. We can't even leave smoking for our kids. What do you expect? That's inside the home. What you can do outside the home? We must send our children to Islamic school and kindergarten from very beginning, from pre-K. If possible, from pre-K to all the way as far as you can. Now there are complaints. Oh, I don't like this school. I don't like the standard. It doesn't matter for us. I have to pay $400, $500, $600. Just they're not teaching math. They're only teaching. Well, at least they're teaching Assalamu alaikum when they come home. When your kids come home, they'll say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. When you say salam, your kids will say wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Even if nothing beside that, with $600, $500, at least Assalamu alaikum, wallahi brother, this is enough. This is okay. At least you try. You know, some people say, the standards are very low. Forget about standard. At least he's not learning all those bad things in the public schools. And everybody knows, I don't want to talk about all those things, but everybody knows what's going on in public schools. We have to send our kids to Islamic school from the very beginning. As early as possible, if possible from pre-K. Because nowadays they don't care about the elementary school, they start from pre-K. They're teaching wrong stuff, let's start from pre-K. Before your kids go to real school. So we have to send our kids to Islamic school as much as we can, as early as we can, and as far as we can. If it's available till college, we'll send up to them. Now some people might say the quality is not good. Well, whatever is available, that's alhamdulillah better than nothing. If the quality is garbage, still better than public schools. Oh, I don't like this teacher. I don't like this principal. I don't like this management. It's not about your likings, brother. It's not about what you like or not. You are not sending your kids to Islamic school because of this teacher? No. You want to send your kids to Islamic school for your own selves, for your own selves, for your kids, for your families, for your next generation, for yourselves. If the quality is low, let it be. Why don't you work hard to make it better? At least whatever is available is better than 1,000 times better than outsiders. We must also send them to the masjid as much as possible to pray jumuah, as well as all the other prayers too, and other prayers in Jama'ah, and to attend lectures, halakas, and study circles, etc. Whenever there's a program going on in the masjid, we have to try to send them to masjid to learn about these things, to at least sit with the people on those lectures, dars. This is so funny. Why is this funny? Because we have to send our kids to the lectures. How many of us sits in the lectures in the masjid? SubhanAllah, this is so funny. We don't care ourselves. আমরা নিজেরাই কেয়ার করি না, আমাদের বাচ্চাকে আমরা কি কেয়ার করবো? প্রত্যেক মসজিদের প্রোগ্রাম চলে। Every single masjid has programs. They have weekly programs, they have lectures, halakas, dars, durus. How many of us attend those things? Oh, why? Because we have knowledge, all the knowledge about it? We know everything about it? No, because we don't want to. We don't have time for that. We are so busy doing nothing. After Maghrib, when we go home, what do you do? Nothing. We must establish educational and sporting activities for our children and youth in places that are supervised by Muslims. We have to send our kids for recreation somewhere good with Islamic supervision. If not available, try to establish one for them. If not, then you play with your kids. You and your wife play with your kids. Your family play with your kids. Don't send them somewhere that you don't even know. We have no idea where is the kids. And he's busy with his friends, talking about all the wrong stuff. Eating, drinking. No, you be a partner for your kids. Organizing educational camps where all the members of family can go. Do something educated. You want to go for vacation? Take your family. Take your family with you, your kids and your children, your wife, your mother and father. Take everyone with you. Fathers and mothers should strive to go to holy places to perform the rituals of Umrah, and if possible for Hajj, to take the kids. Wallahi brothers, I've seen kids, those who went to Umrah very early age. We don't have much money. We think about, if you go to Umrah, if you take our kids to Umrah, what are you going to understand? Well, Allah put barakah on them. All those kids went to Umrah. Wallahi brothers, they are good kids. Look yourselves. Watch your surroundings. Look at your surroundings. Those kids, যেসব বাচ্চারা ইয়াং এজে উমরা করতে যায়, বাবা মার সাথে বসে করতে যায়, ওই বাচ্চাদেরকে আল্লাহ স্পেশাল ব্লেসিং, আল্লাহ স্পেশালি বরকত দেন বাচ্চাদের উপর। আপনি তাকিয়ে দেখেন আমার চারিদিকে ওইসব বাচ্চারা খারাপ হয় না। So try to take them to Umrah, inshallah, if possible. Children early age with Umrah become successful in life. Alhamdulillah. That's my experience. I have seen all the kids that went to Umrah, they become successful in life. They don't go the astray. They don't go astray. Training children to speak about Islam in simple language, which adults and children, Muslims and non-Muslims can understand. Teach them At-Tawheed. Where is Allah? With stories. Talk to them with stories. You know, my son, where is Allah? You know what's the worst sin? Do you know what's the best thing to do in Islam? You know, the stories, like stories. Teach them the stories of Prophet. Teach them the stories of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Teach them all those things that is beneficial for them in stories, in a beautiful manner that will benefit them. But we don't have time for that. We keep them busy with tablets, iPads, laptops, TVs. Training children to memorize Quran and sending some of them, if possible, to a Muslim country so that they can gain understanding of the religion and they come back as a Da'i Allah, and some of them can become scholars and teach others. Are you okay to sacrifice our kids? In our culture, in our Bangladeshi culture, আমাদের ফ্যামিলিতে সব থেকে শার্প যে বাচ্চা থাকে তাকে আমরা ডাক্তার বানাই। আর যে বাচ্চা অটিস্টিক থাকে, বুদ্ধি কম, বুঝে কম, তারে আল্লাহর নামে দেবো, সে তার কোরআনে আসতে বানাবো। Are you familiar with this idea? Is this idea sound familiar? সব থেকে ভালো যে বাচ্চা, will make them doctor, will make him doctor or engineer. আর সব থেকে কোনো রকম যে বাচ্চা অটিস্টিক, যে বুঝে না, তার বুদ্ধি কম, তাকে আমরা we'll make him hafiz, inshallah. Please, brother, make dua for us. Now you want to be an autistic imam? You want to make an autistic imam? Or you want a smart imam who can teach your society, who can teach your education, the generation? Training some of our sons to give jumuah khutbah and to lead Muslims in prayer. We have to train them. We have to train our kids. We have to train our children so that they can be imam, future imam. We are so. We ask them, a person who leads salat, oh, what's your education? Which madrasa you went to? What's your degree? Shame on you. We look at the certificates. Why don't you be imam? Why don't you teach your kids to learn in the position of imam? Make him the imam, train him to be an imam. We have to encourage them to marry Muslim girls from families with honorable families. We don't care about it. And from very early age, we teach our kids, you know what, you can marry with your own choice. My son, it's okay, I don't care. As long as you are happy, I'm happy with you. Are you familiar with this idea? You know what, I don't care about my son, who you want to marry. Some people go a step better, at least try that girl be a Muslim. We forget that this is the source of the generation. We have to avoid calling the 911. We have to teach our children the 911 is not the solution. They don't care because their school teach them that anything happens, 911. Don't worry about your parents. We have to stop this. We have to teach our kids. We have to train our kids. Festivals of kuffar. We have to stop our children from going to festivals of kuffar. All these festivals, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Tell them, teach them, educate them that this is not for us. 4th of July, fireworks, that's not for us. Teach them so that they know what's going on in the society. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us understanding. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المؤمنين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. I'm sorry, brother and sisters, for taking time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة. Or you have believed, protect yourself and your families from the fire whose fuel is people and stones. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala বলতেছেন, তোমরা নিজেদেরকে এবং নিজেদের পরিবার পর্যন্ত জাহান্নামের আগুন থেকে বাঁচাও, যার জ্বালানি হচ্ছে মানুষ এবং পাথর। You want yourselves and your families, your kids to be the fuel of the Jahannam? No, we don't want that. So we have to be careful. We have to teach our children. We have to try to keep them in the Islam. Do you think when you say, oh, inshallah, I'll make my kids hafiz, that's enough? No, that's not enough. Like I said, a hafiz, he doesn't believe in Islam. What this hafiz is going to do for Islam? Nothing. The hafiz, he memorized of the Quran, he memorized the whole Quran, he doesn't have any understanding of Islam. What's the benefit of that? Nothing. He's not going to benefit himself or his family, or the society. He is not beneficial to anyone. This is not going to help. Making hafiz is not the solution. teaching Islam is the solution. Teaching At-Tawheed is the solution. You don't force him to pray Salah. That's not going to happen. He has to love praying Salah. He has to understand that when I am depressed, when I feel bad, the Salah is the solution. He has to love Salah. He has to get the pleasure of Salah. That's when your kids will love to pray Salah. That's when your kids will not go do something else by the time of Salah. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save all of us from all those problems. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us so that we can keep our children in Islam. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us so that we can keep ourselves and our families in Islam, and we can save ourselves from Jahannam. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. رب زدني علما. اللهم اعز الاسلام والمسلمين واذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر اعداء الدين واحمي حوزه الاسلام يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر دينك وكتابك سنه نبيك عن عبادك الموحدين. اللهم انت انصر الاسلام واهله في كل مكان. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. عباد الله رحمكم الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. ورحمة الله الأكبر وأقيموا الصلاة.